bro looks so young, but his hair doesn't want to. Yeah, why do you think I'm wearing a hat right now? It's from the stress. Leave me alone. I'm feeling a little unhinged this morning, so I'm gonna go through some hate comments. Bruh, just play notes in key. It's not hard. True. Most boring thing in YouTube career. I don't remember what video this was on, but you're probably right. Why is the bass so quiet? Because this is recorded on an iPhone during a loud gig, LMAO. It's like, what do you want me to do? Get stems from the board from this random gig I'm playing? No, and also you're probably listening to it through your iPhone speakers, so get out of here. I just noticed, why is his ligature facing the wrong way? It's not facing the wrong way. I get this comment constantly. I know how to put my ligature on correctly. Here. Boom. This is the ligature. This is how it goes on with the screws on top, because there's a little plate down here that holds the reed, you see? Also, don't roast my mouthpiece. I know it's dirty. I play it all the time. What do you want me to do? Clean it constantly? But no, seriously, I get this comment constantly and it drives me nuts. Like, I guess the standard ligatures that come with most, like, student horns, I guess the screws go on the bottom, but this one goes on this way. I've been playing saxophone for 12 years. I know how to put my ligature on correctly. But people so confidently tell me all the time that my ligature is on incorrectly. It's like, is there any chance that it goes on differently than the ligature that you have? Drives me nuts. Kid needs better taste in music. He was wasting the sax player's time. This is such a silly comment. I really don't feel like these song request videos are a waste of my time. I honestly find them musically challenging. Just because something is extremely complex doesn't make it good. You realize Careless Whisper was played on tenor, right? They just sped up the recording. And you realize that the alto is sonically louder than tenor, bari, and soprano, right? And you realize that lots of vibrato was used in the 30s by all saxes to cut through the brass section, right? I guess I don't find this video cute or funny because many saxophonists start off on alto and probably did all of these things at some point. You know, the things that originally got them interested in playing saxophone. I guess I find it condescending. Do you teach students at all? If not, you'll be surprised how many kids start off playing Careless Whisper. I hate the song, but I'm not going to shame beginners for playing pop songs. Yeah, this is a silly video talking about the stereotypes of saxophone players that I have been all of. I've been all of those people. I started getting into saxophone because of Careless Whisper. Like, I've played all of the silly pop songs, like Pink Panther, all of that stuff. Yeah, that's like the gateway drug to like playing all kinds of crazy music on saxophone. I'm not judging anyone for it, and if anything, I'm roasting myself. It's like, I've been all of these people. It's not that serious. This is just a silly video to get people to laugh and take your mind off of the atrocities of the world for 40 seconds. You had one job, follow the vocalist, don't improv. Sorry, I didn't realize that there were parameters set up by Vince whenever he looked at me and goes, bap, 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 ba-da. It's like, I don't even know what to say to that. Why would people assume it is on tracks? Okay, this isn't necessarily hate. I understand what this person's saying. This is on the video of me playing the You Can Call Me Al tin whistle solo. A lot of bands, like well, not even just wedding bands, a lot of bands in general play with tracks. So it's like everyone has in-ears and they're playing along to a click and there's other stuff being piped through the mains that is pre-recorded and no one's actually playing. So like that definitely happens. Another thing is a lot of times this whistle solo is actually played by either a keyboard player on a synth patch or a saxophone player playing it on saxophone or whatever. And I've actually found this solo goes one of two ways. People are either paying attention to what's going on stage and they like realize what's happening. They're like, oh, this is so cool. They lose their mind, you know, or people are not paying attention to the stage at all, like visually. And so they just like hear the solo and they're like, oh yeah, that's in the recording. So of course that's what's happening. Like it doesn't really make a connection that someone is up there playing it. And either are totally fine. It's like, I'm not there to try to be like, oh, look at me, but it's just like funny that audiences usually have one of two reactions. And this was an interesting situation because it started out where the audience wasn't even paying attention, and then like one person realized and was like, oh, look at that. But I get what this person's saying is like, why would the audience assume it's on tracks? But that is the reality for a lot of bands. Bro played one note over and over, LOL. I said, unfortunately, that's what the melody is. I think that's on that Fiend cover. It's just like, ding, ding. What do you want me to do? That's what I did. I'm making a cover of it. And then I improvised around it. And then sometimes people will be like,
you didn't even play the melody. You just improvised.
It's like, well, which one do you want? It's like, I did both. Bro's complaining about his solo when women have to go through unimaginable pain during period cramps. I'm 6'3" and I drive a Hellcat. Grow up, bucko. Plot twist. With such basic lines, pretty much any music student can handle it. Those thinking this is impressive probably are used to such simple, crappy music, they have no idea what goes on in the world of proper musicians. I don't remember what video this was on. I'm never posting videos because I think I sound good and what I'm doing is impressive and I want to try to prove something to someone. That's never the point of my videos. The point of my videos is to pull back the curtain on like stuff that's happening on stage that a lot of people don't think about. I have tons of music friends that can do what I do in my videos, that can hear stuff and immediately play it back to you. It's not like a worldly feat when you're a professional musician. That's never what I'm trying to do. It's just like a silly comment to get. It's like I'm not trying to be like, look at me, look how impressive this is. I'm not delusional. You suck. You should give up. True. That is low-key horrible. True. I don't even know what the context of this is, but a lot of times I like to agree with hate comments because it's very difficult to argue with someone who's agreeing with you. I'm just commenting this to try to get on your Patreon. Ha! Maybe this will be on there. I have this series on my Patreon that I've had for months now where when I get like stupid, insane comments or DMs, I'll post it on my Patreon for my Patreon members to laugh at. It's kind of a way for me to monetize my hate so I can pay for my therapy, and these people are kind of funding it, which is really satisfying. But yeah, there are already a bunch of crazy screenshots on my Patreon, so if you like this content and if you want to see some more ridiculous stuff that people have commented, I'll link that in the description. You can check it out. There's already a bunch of stuff already on there. People are too easily f***ing impressed. I said true, and then they said that's not to take away from your talent, by the way. I'm just saying. It's like well, which one is it? Also, I'm pretty sure this was on one of my like song request clips, and I get comments like this a lot. I know tons of musicians that can do where you play a melody and they play it right back to you. That is not the hard part. That's not the impressive part. The hard part is knowing how to set up all this software and camera to record, getting all the audio piped in so they can hear it, but I can also record them. Then it's being able to like hold a conversation with this person and try to keep them engaged while I'm listening to 14 seconds of the song because everyone has the attention span of an acorn, and try to like catch the guitar chords and then be thinking about the melody, but I'm transposing it because what I'm playing on guitar is a minor third away from alto. So I'm thinking about this stuff. I'm trying to have this conversation with this person to keep them engaged so they don't skip. And then if I take too long to listen to it, they'll skip. So I have to do it quickly. And then it's like I have one shot to get all of these loops right, to get everything even and play it. And it's like a lot of times people will skip in the middle of it. And even then, even after all of that, I still have to know how to use all of this video editing software, know how to pace a video so that it can even get in front of millions of people so that some like you can comment stupid stuff on my videos about how it's not impressive. It's like, I get it. The music part is not necessarily the impressive part. The recreating a simple pop melody is not that impressive, especially if you're a professional musician. It's all of the other stuff that's around it that is difficult. And it's the reason why you don't see a ton of musicians doing this stuff, because all of that extra, knowing how to use all of this software, recording all of this stuff, figuring out how to chop up videos, having the time or making the time to even edit all of these clips, and then optimizing them for different platforms and using the right tags and figuring out the optimum title and all of this stuff, that is the hard part. Too bad these are bonked, not worth the effort. I don't know what that means. That kid who requested Fiend is weird. I try to be very careful about these comments. I try to moderate them the best as I can. I don't see all of my comments. It's just impossible. But I try to be very mindful of when people are commenting about someone that's in my video that's not me, because I don't like subjecting other people to my comment section. I know what it's like to get a lot of hate, and so I don't want to subject them to that, and so I try to be very mindful of people. And actually I go as far usually like in vlogs and like videos where I'm interviewing my other musician friends and stuff like that. I'll send everyone that's in the video their portion ahead of time and ask them like, hey, are you cool with everything that's in this? And I can even edit stuff out after the fact. YouTube has a really good tool for that. I just try to be very careful about that. So it's just so silly, like, for this person to make a judgment about this stranger in my video based on a 40-second interaction. That's insane. But I just try to be like mindful of that because I don't like subjecting other people in my videos to the criticisms of my comment section. Jazz should be smooth, rolls off the fingers, and doesn't need all this complex overthinking. Good playing, bro, but your approach is completely wrong. And I think, yeah, I put a big thing about, hey, if you watched the full video, you would see that at the end I put text about how I'm not actually thinking about this. This is on that Sunday morning video too. But it's very ironic that this person says, good playing, but your approach is wrong. It's like, which one is it? It's kind of like in math class, whenever the teacher, you would get the right answer, and your teacher would be like, yeah, but you didn't show your work, so you lose points. It's like, why the do you care if I didn't show it? I got the right answer. That's why I never liked math class in high school. Garbage. Anyone want to tell me what the total was? I can't watch this thing. That took too long. Okay, this is on the short of me talking about how much Sax Players makes, how much I made in 1 week. If you can't watch 60 seconds of something, and this video was paced very fast, like very fast, like too uncomfortably fast for me. So it's just funny. It's like, if you can't sit through that, you don't deserve to know the total. You know how much time I spent on this whole project to begin with? Not including the time I spent filming on gigs. I probably spent 60 hours editing that video and editing these clips. If you can't watch that long, you don't deserve the information. It's like, I put so much time into it, and that's kind of been my mindset with like a lot of these videos about like how to start gigging. It's like, I'm not making these videos to be optimized for retention. That's not the point. I'm making these videos so the people that are going to watch them are going to get a lot of value out of them, and the people that aren't going to watch them and are going to click off early, they're going to miss out and they're not going to do it anyway. So it doesn't matter. It's like, it's not meant for you. It's not meant for you to be like so interested and like so captivated. It's just supposed to be like, here is what it is. If you want to watch it, here's the info. If you don't have the patience, then you're not going to make it and you don't deserve it anyways. I find Anton being the poor guy being made fun of in your videos a lot. Yeah, poor Anton. We just roast him all the time and he feels so bad. He hates us as friends, but he has no choice other than to play with us. No, Anton and I are good friends and we joke all the time, and he's always goofy in front of the camera and he always likes to be in my videos. You're really going to judge my friendship with one of my musicians based on some short clips you see on the internet? So silly. I'm going to lie, this shirt's fire. I said, thank you, I designed it, available on my store. Then someone said, he was insulting you, gang. So I guess this person didn't have a typo. I thought this person said, I'm not going to lie. Maybe I didn't even read it closely, but I like it. You don't have to like it. Other people like it. Whatever. Who is paying $25 for that shirt? I'm getting a lot of hate on the shirt. Dang, in this comment section for this video. I said, I've sold lots of them. Good way to support a content creator. I designed and sourced the shirts myself. It's high quality and I fulfill it myself. It's not crappy print on demand like most merch. Yeah, like $25 is not expensive when it comes to where people normally price their merch. But yeah, I spent a lot of time designing the shirt, ordering a lot of samples from different companies, ordering a lot of different blanks to figure out what I want the material to be made out of, and like making sure that the print quality is good, that it's not going to crack after I wash it. That was like half of the time consuming process. Was I'd order something and then like I'd want to wear it for a month and wash it a bunch and see how long the print lasted, because you don't want to buy something that cracks immediately after you wash it once. My living room is like shelves of merch and packing supplies. Like all of this stuff exists in my place and I'm doing all of it myself. It's not like a print on demand operation where you're placing an order and then some person in some giant warehouse somewhere is like printing the shirt and then packaging it and sending it to you. It's like, I'm literally the person taking your shirt, stuffing it in a mailer and putting on the printing label and dropping it off at a post office. And like, it feels good. It's a lot of work, but it's nice to feel that involved in the process right now. And it's something that I'm proud of. Like, I'm proud of the product. I like how it feels. I like how it looks. I'm proud of the quality. You know, all of that stuff is important to me. I've never been the person that will promote something that I don't care about or that is low quality or that I don't believe in. I hate that. It's not fair to you guys, and it just devalues anytime I promote anything anyway. So yeah, like, I'm proud of this shirt. I like it. I literally wear it all the time. So you don't have to like it. You don't have to pay $25 for it. Anyone that has bought a shirt, I'm very grateful for, and I hope that they feel the same way that I do about it. All right, I think that's enough for now. There are plenty more in this app that I could get to. Normally, hate really doesn't get to me that much. Every now and then, I'll get a comment that kind of stings and I think about, but generally, I'm like, you don't know enough about the situation to judge me or make such a silly comment, and like, whatever. And also, I use the hide user from channel button all the time. There's a nice option on YouTube that I can hide someone from my channel, so they'll still see all my videos and they can comment, but they're just kind of typing comments into the ether. Like, they won't show up for anyone other than them. So I never see them. Other people on my videos never see them. It doesn't show up for held for review or any of that. They just are like angrily typing away to themselves. So that's satisfying too. But anyways, yeah, thanks so much for watching. This was very therapeutic. I'll link my Patreon and my merch stuff in the description, and hope you guys are having a good year.